going to do right now is, because I really don't want to get any engine degreaser inside the lip of this, because this is a seal right here. So I'm going to hit this with some degreaser right now, so that when we pull this out, this will be clean. So give me a second. I kind of noticed if you kind of dig in it right here, the seal moves the most. Kind of digging into the gasket a little bit, and then as we're doing that, I'm gonna come like right here, kinda, and it's slowly but surely coming out. Ooh. Okay. Ooh, there we go. My goodness. And she's out, you guys. One thing I want to do here is I also want to remove these dowel pins, because when it comes to putting it back in, those dowel pins are definitely going to make it harder for me. I was able to get these dial pins out. You need kind of like vice grip strength, but once you kind of get it, it'll just pop out. The reason why I want to remove this is when I get the new rear main seal, my kind of objective is I want to kind of place it in here something like this, and then like progressively like kind of tap it into place. If I have those dowel pins right there, the only way I can put it on is basically like so. But if I have those dowel pins gone, I can kind of like smack it in like this, because I'm praying to God I don't have to drop the what do you call it, and that will not be fun. So I'm gonna clean this up, use a little bit of brake clean, a plastic scrape tool, and clean up around here, and then we will get the new one. We're going to be talking about installing this rear main seal, okay? So here's the part you're going to have to peep game on. There are these grooves up in here. We're going to need to clean that. We got our surface here clean, we have this clean, we have our crankshaft clean. All right, what we're going to need to do is I'm going to need to put, even though I have the fel-pro gasket, my fel-pro gasket comes with the actual gasket for here, but I'm still going to put gasket in front and behind that gasket. And I'm also going to kind of pack gasket maker in these corners right up in here. Those corners are high leak spots. Okay, so I'm going to show you what I did with the rear main seal as prep work, and then I'm gonna start putting this gasket maker on and show you guys what I did. So here's the things that I recommend doing. This is my third time doing this. I need to get it right this time. Number one, some red and tacky grease. The reason why I recommend doing this, and if you see here, I have red and tacky grease all up in that band. What this grease is going to do, it's actually more like a glue. It's going to hold the band to the gasket lip. My first time I did this, when I put it on, the band fell out. If this band falls out, you're going to leak, period. Number one, I have gasket. He said also I have gasket in front of here. There's a cutout. I'll show you on the old gasket. Put gasket maker in front of here. I'm just letting it kind of stick and bond to the gasket. Then put gasket maker inside of this seal. I also have the gasket kind of bonding to the gasket. We're gonna put gasket maker around this lip here. That's another part we got to put gasket maker. And low key, another important place to put gasket maker, we gotta get it all up in here, especially pack it in those corners. Okay, that's a big spot the oil wants to leak from, is inside those corners. Pack it up. Then as a final piece before you install it, get yourself some engine oil and coat all around here. We want that thing to slip in like butter. Once that lip slips in like butter, we know that we're all good to go. So, and there's those little divots right there. I don't know if you guys can see that, but all right, I'm gonna get this gasket maker stuff all set up and then we'll put it in. So this is atrocious, but this is all the gasket maker I have. Like I said, I put gasket maker behind this seal too. I just can't afford this to leak. I put gasket maker all up in those corners. Like I said, those are high spots to leak. And I have gasket maker, have blotches of it in those corners. Those are high leaking spots. This is the dumbest and this is the worst main seal I've ever seen. Now let's get it on. Here in those corners, I just caked it in there. Remember, I got gasket maker in between the gasket maker, in front and behind. Caked the corner. This is all good. I snugged all these down. I would say, I don't know a torque spec, but you don't want to like blow the gasket out. I want to say probably like 6 foot-pounds, maybe 7 at the most. Once I had everything installed, I hammered in the dial pins back in with a 4mm. Something about this size, 4mm. Went over it pretty good. Hammer it in. You'll hear it, like you'll feel it drop into place, and you know it's in there nice and good. So now I'm gonna put everything back together. I'm gonna wait an entire day. I strongly recommend, if you don't do that, oil could probably blow through one of these seals, and then you start driving and you see oil coming down the bottom of this, you're gonna want to cry. So I'm gonna give this the entire full day to let this thing seal over, and then I'll show you guys my results. One last thing before I'm done. When you're trying to insert this, obviously you have this moon-shaped gasket right here. With that gasket, it's gonna make it want to roll the lip in here. I don't know if I was able to show you that, but I had my flathead, and as I was pushing this on, I'm using the 10mm to kind of bring the tension in and kind of hold it in place. But as I'm sealing it, I have my flat blade. You know, don't gouge out this. If you gouge this out, it'll leak. But just make sure that the lip, the first lip, tucks underneath of here, and then the second lip will cup it. It's like the front lip is like a dust cover, the back lip is what keeps the oil from actually coming out the rear main seal. Okay, all right, good.